Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Thursday. It is November the 12th, and we are here with the Cat Tarot deck, which is a really fun and adorable tarot deck that was gifted to me by my dear friend and podcast co host, Mary. And if you haven't already, check out the links in the description below for our Casing the Cover podcast, which is about books and reading and book covers and all those kinds of things in the literary world. We have a lot of fun. I'm totally not biased. We are hilarious. And I think that it's a great connection to discussing how we interpret symbols and how we interpret different things, especially like in the tarot. So without further ado, let's find out what card we have for this Thursday on the Cat Tarot. All right. Okay, I might get a little weird with this one. Um, we have the World. The World is, of course, very typical in the major arcana. This has got the traditional title, which I just realized this tarot deck does keep to most of the traditional names for the cards, which is good because there's a lot of obscurity in the way the cards are like symbolized and displayed and drawn. So it's like, I'm not really sure I would figure that out what it is if it didn't have its typical traditional title. So I like that it has its traditional name, which is the World, and it does have the 21 as its number. So overall, so far, it's very typical. It's also very typical in that we have the wreath that goes around the character that's in the center, and there is the red ribbon on there, which, it's so far so good. We're sticking very traditional about this. And so we've got the red ribbon, and of course the cat is dangling from the red ribbon instead of the red ribbon being like part of the toga, shall we say, of the character in the center. This is where I'm just gonna have my 12-year-old child moment and go, well, normally the character in the center of the world is a naked woman, and naked boobs are a thing in it, and I just think it's funny that the artist chose to draw the nipples on the cat's body. Okay, I'm done. I'm 12. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone who has been taking this super seriously, and now I've just made like a boob joke about it. But I think it's interesting. I think it's funny and very lighthearted, and yet keeping with the very traditional, hey, this character is naked, and naked is important. Anyway, I'm gonna move on before somebody like reports me for being crass and rude and all these other things. What I think is also really fun in this is it's like the more cat friendly version of the four corners. So we actually don't have man on here. That's really interesting. I would have thought that man would have been cat, or that the lion head would be on there. But either way, it does have the four little depictions on here. We have what I think is interesting is they've covered it as the four elements, which is what it's supposed to be. But they've done so in a very cat friendly way, except for the fire. I don't know how I feel about the cat's tail being so close to the fire, since one of my cats has a horrible tendency to light his butt on fire when he crosses over flames, which is why I'm not allowed to burn candles anymore in the house because of him. So we have the mouse, which is of course earth. The fire is of course fire. Air is the little tweet tweet bird in the corner. And then we have the fish or the dolphin. It's a fish. The fish over here for water. And these are all things that cats would understand as like elements of those symbols and elements of those kind of four corners of things. So I think that's really fun and super interesting that they did it that way. I'm totally still giggling about the nipples on the cat, but I'm 12. Forgive me. Anyway, so I do like this card though because it does embody all of those really basic traditional symbols without kind of bludgeoning you over the head with them. It stays fun and in the theme of this tarot deck, which is cats, which is, cats playing with a ribbon. And I totally feel like this is a lot like a Christmas wreath that I have, where there's this little black cat kind of swinging inside the wreath. That's what I'm picturing with this. So at some point when I've got more of my holiday stuff out, maybe I'll try to remember to post a picture of that. But it's really cute. Typically, the world means that things are going your way, everything is coming to fruition, all your hard work, all the things that you've been really trying to do are coming full circle. And you've gotten this far by kind of collecting all these skills and making sure that all your ducks are in a row. So I like that, in that it's like, hey, look, I've got all the food that I need plus a way to cook it, so to speak. And I've got this wonderful string to play with that entertains me until I can get to my food. And all of these things are really great to represent like what a cat's world would feel like if everything was going hunky dory and everything is good. So I do appreciate that. Obviously, the flip side to this card is things are not going well. I just to let you guys know, when I drew the card, it did come up upright. I know that some people get very concerned about, do the cards come up upright or inverted when you draw them? Obviously, I focus a lot more on describing the card itself and the symbolism in it rather than this is a reading. But if you were wondering, it did come up upright. So I feel like this is a pretty good card for a Thursday. You're wrapping up the work week, everything is going well. Let's wind up to the weekend. And for some people, holidays are coming and things like that. And you might be like, okay, well, do I invite people over? Do I not invite people over? Do I do this as a Zoom meeting? Is everything going to work out? So it kind of looks like whatever your plans may be are probably going to work out and you've got it figured out. Or that you're going to roll with the punches either way, so it's not that big a deal. I love this as a card towards the end of the week. It would also be really fun as like a beginning of the week card, because then you're like, oh, it's going to be a good week. Excellent. I hope that everybody really is having a wonderful week and that things are going well. This is such a fun card, and I apologize for my juvenile humor about it, but it is funny and it is cute. And once again, as always, if you have comments about anything that I've said on this card or any of the others, please feel free to comment below. I love reading the comments, especially when people set me straight on certain things or let me know, hey, this is the meaning of that. I think those are a lot of fun. Because I'm not always paying attention to everything and I'll miss things, especially if I'm being distracted by being my juvenile self. And as always, check out the links in the description below if you are interested in any of the other crazy stuff that I do, including the Casing the Cover podcast that stars Mary and myself picking apart book covers and things like that. I'm fairly certain we have a new episode out this past week. So check it out, enjoy, and until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!